Hello students, this is Dr. Srinivas Keshetti. Welcome to another session on statistical mechanics. In this video, we will start with the second unit, classical statistics and quantum. The first article is phase space. In today's video, we will try to understand the concept of phase space. We are familiar with Cartesian coordinate system. Uh, this Cartesian coordinate system, which we use to specify position of any object or point in three-dimensional space. We specify the position with three coordinates, which are distances of the point from three axes. For example, we specify the coordinates of a point P by x, y, and z. These distances these coordinates x, y, and z specify the distance of the point from the three perpendicular axes. So we can specify the position of any object or point with the help of a Cartesian coordinate system. Similarly, we may think of momentum space, isn't it? So let us think of a momentum space in which axis may be designated by px, py, and pz, where px means x component of momentum p and so on, isn't it? So let us imagine a space in which there are three perpendicular axes like x, y, and z axis in a Cartesian coordinate system. Instead of x, there is axis representing px. There is axis py instead of y-axis, and there is axis pz instead of z-axis, isn't it? Which represent the momentum of the particle, components of momentum of that particle, isn't it? So in this space, any point, say S, represents components px, py, and pz, or momentum vector p bar corresponds to set of momentum, isn't it? So in such a space, any point represents the momentum, isn't it? It has three coordinates which are components of moment, isn't it? So we have we know the Cartesian coordinate system with which we can represent the position of any object or particle. Then we can imagine of a momentum space where we can represent momentum of a particle in terms of three coordinates which represent the components of moment. So now we can easily extend such an idea or imagination further. Let us imagine a six dimensional space, isn't it? Having six axes, x, y, and z, px, py, and pz, perpendicular to each other. And any point in this space has six coordinates, isn't it? So let us imagine a space represented by six axes. Instead of three axes, let us consider a space representing six axes, x, y, and z, px, py, and pz. Any point in such a space has three coordinates, isn't it? So x, y, and z, and px, py, and pz. So x, y, and z represent the position of the particle. Px, py, and pz represents the momentum of that particle. So this is a Cartesian coordinate system, isn't it? So this is the Cartesian coordinate system. So this is a point R, isn't it, which has coordinates x, y and z, x, y and z, isn't it? So this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate, and this is z coordinate, isn't it? So this point R, which has three coordinates, the point R is represented by position of point R represented by three coordinates x, y and z, and position vector, isn't it? So this is the position vector R bar, which is the vector drawn from the origin to that point. So this is a coordinate space or Cartesian coordinate system. So this is a momentum space, isn't it? So here Px represents the momentum along x-axis, Py represents the momentum along y-axis, and Pz represents the momentum along z-axis. So any point in this space has three coordinates, Px, Py and Pz, which represents the momentum of that particle. Such a space is called as the momentum space, isn't it? So this is coordinate space, which represents the position of the particle. This is momentum space, which represents the momentum of the particle. Okay. And this is the phase space, isn't it? Two-dimensional, isn't it? So on one axis we represent the momentum, x component of momentum, and another axis we represent the x coordinate, isn't it? So any point in this space has two coordinates, x and px, isn't it? Similarly, we can imagine a space having six axes, x, y and z, and px, py and z, pz, px, py and pz. So any point in this space has six coordinates, x, y and z, px, py and pz, isn't it? Thus a point in such a space represents position as well as momentum. Such a space is called phase space. Such a space is called as phase space. Phase, which represents phase of a motion of a particle. So the coordinates of any point in phase space represents phase of motion of the particle, that is position as well as momentum of the particle, isn't it? So in phase space the coordinates of any point represents the position and momentum, which is nothing but phase of motion of a particle represented by a point in phase space. A point in phase space which represents the position and momentum of the particle is called as a phase point, isn't it? So any point in the phase space is called as a phase point, which represents the position and momentum. The phase space can be divided into large number of cells of volume delta x into delta y into delta z into delta px into delta py into delta pz. So we can divide the phase space into number of cells of volume this delta x into delta y into delta z into delta px into delta py into delta pz. Such cells are called as phase cells, isn't it? So such cells are called as phase space. A point in phase space is called as a phase point, and a cell in the phase space is called as a phase cell which has this much of volume. In classical Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, there is no restriction on the size of phase cell. That is, volume of phase cell can be very small, tending to 0. In the classical Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, which we are going to study in the next video, which is called as a Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, or it is a classical statistics. According to this statistics, there is no restriction on the size of phase cell. So phase cell can have a minimum volume tending to 0. So volume of phase cell may be very small, tending to 0. So there is no restriction on the size of phase cell according to Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. But according to quantum statistics, there are two statistics which we call as quantum statistics: Fermi-Dirac statistics and Bose-Einstein statistics, isn't it? So we are going to discuss the details of these three statistics, that is classical statistics, which is Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, and quantum statistics, which are Fermi-Dirac and Bose-Einstein statistics. So according to quantum statistics, the volume of phase cell is this much: delta x into delta y into delta z into delta px into delta py into delta pz, which is equal to h cube, where h is called as a Planck's constant. So this volume gamma is equal to this much, which is equal to h cube, where h is the Planck's constant, isn't it? So classically, a particle can have definite position x and definite momentum px, and hence in two-dimensional space the state is represented by a point. So according to classical statistics, or classically, a particle can have definite position. We can find the position as well as momentum of any particle classically. So classically, a particle can have definite position x and definite momentum px. Hence, in two-dimensional space, the state is represented by a point. So if we know the definite volume of position and momentum in two-dimensional space, which can represent it by a point. But according to quantum mechanics, there is uncertainty in the measurement of position and momentum, isn't it? So according to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, the uncertainty in the measurement of position and momentum is delta x into delta px is greater than or equal to h. So if we want to measure the momentum, isn't it, we cannot find out definite position. If we find definite position, there is uncertainty in the measurement of momentum. So this is given by the uncertainty principle, which is called as Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, and the uncertainty in the measurement of position and momentum is delta x into delta px is greater than or equal to h. Here h is again Planck's constant. Hence, in phase space cannot be represented by a point, but it will be represented by an area whose minimum volume is h, isn't it? So hence a phase space cannot be represented, the phase space cannot be represented by a point, but it will be represented by an area whose minimum volume is h cube, whose minimum volume is h cube, isn't it? So by mistake here I have written h. Thus, a particle can be found anywhere within a six-dimensional cell whose minimum volume is of the order of h cube, isn't it? So, the phase cell volume is minimum volume of the phase cell is h cube, isn't it? So, thus a particle can be found anywhere within a six-dimensional cell whose minimum volume is of the order of h cube, isn't it? So we cannot specify the exact position of the particle, but the particle can be found anywhere within a volume of h cube. The particle will therefore not be exactly located. We cannot exactly locate that point, but we can specify its position. The particle will therefore not be exactly located about the point x, y, z, px, py and pz in the phase space, but can only be found about this point within a cell of volume hq. If these are the coordinates of the phase point, isn't it? These are the coordinates of a point of a particle representing position and momentum. So we cannot say that the particle will be definitely found at this position x, y and z, but as there is uncertainty in the measurement of position and momentum, so the particle may be found within a cube, within a space having a volume h cube, having volume h cube. So particle will therefore not be exactly located about the point x, y, z, px, py and pz in the phase space, but can only be found about this point with a cell of volume h cube. So this is what is the concept of phase space. So in today's lecture, in this video, we have studied what is meant by a phase space, isn't it? So uh, we started with a Cartesian coordinate system in which we represent position of a particle. Then we extended our imagination to momentum space, where every point in the momentum space represents the momentum of the particle. Then we extended our imagination to a six-dimensional space, isn't it? So which represent six axes x, y and z, px, py and pz. So every point in this space has six coordinates which represent position and momentum. And this is called as a phase space, which represents the motion of the particle, phase of motion of the particle, isn't it? And this phase space can be divided into number of cells of minimum area h cube, which are called as phase cells, isn't it? There is no restriction. Classically, there is no restriction on the volume of the phase cell. Volume of phase cell can be 0 according to classical mechanics, but according to quantum mechanics, the minimum volume of a phase cell is h cube, isn't it? So we come to the end of the video. We will study the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics in the next video. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a nice day.